Welcome to Dropping In, a podcast of storytelling and interviews with your host, Winter Olympian Mercedes Nichol.
Thank you so much for dropping in today. It's been a minute since I've done a series. The last series was series 13. So we are on series 14. Today is September 4th, 2025, and I'm excited to drop in with our next guest. But let me tell you a little bit about the series first. So I was out jogging, and I don't like jogging. If anyone follows me on like social media, they know I don't like jogging, but I do it. Mostly because I want to stay fit after retiring from competitive snowboarding. And I'm like, what gets me out of bed to do this? And sometimes, honestly, it's like, don't get fat. And so I wanted to like get in the brains of athletes and anyone out there that like has this great impact on the world and like what their motivation is and how they dig deep, how they wake up in the morning. I also suffer from depression. Shoulder season is coming up and I want to stay motivated. So I want to learn from the best to see how they stay motivated, even when it can get really challenging. So let's drop into unlocking motivation. Let me introduce our next guest. Now, this guest has shattered national records, has lived a story fueled by surprising twists, mental toughness, and deep purpose. Born in Ontario, diagnosed with cerebral palsy as a toddler, a Kid of Steel event led her to a swim club where, at age 15, she swam her way to a Canadian record in the women's SM8 200 meters individual medley at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Now we're going to get into what SM8 means once we bring her in. That is her classification, but I want to know more about it. I always want to know more. She's stood on podiums at Commonwealth and World Championship events, bronze medal in freestyle sprints, a silver in the 100-meter SB7 breaststroke in 2023, has competed in 3 Paralympic Games: Rio 2016, Tokyo 2020, and Paris 2024. A diagnosis of dystonia as a teen brought her uncertainty and painful disqualification at the 2020 Tokyo Games. But instead of sinking in defeat, she recalibrated her mental focus, adapted her strategies, and emerged with a renewed clarity and determination. Today, she blends elite performance with leadership. She serves on the Canadian Paralympic Athletes Council, speaking up for inclusion, mental health, and lifting others up through sport. I'm so pleased to have this daughter, advocate for inclusion, Paralympic medal contender, 3-time Paralympian, drop in with me. Please welcome Abi Tripp. Okay, that was like a mouthful.
Mercedes. You did good.
You've done so many things and you're so accomplished. It's so great to have you on here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic, and I can't wait to get into this conversation because I feel like motivation is just something that touches everybody.
I know, right? So look, when I came up with this series idea, I was like, oh, I'm excited. I want to learn more. So let's start with our 10 rapid fire questions that are never rapid. It's so that all the listeners and watchers get to know you a little bit better. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to make it 11 because I want to know where in the world you are today.
Perfect. Well, we can start with that. I'm in Quebec City, so I was born in Kingston, Ontario, but I moved to Quebec City after the Tokyo Paralympic Games in 2021, and I've been here ever since, and I absolutely love it. It's my place to train, and I live here with my partner, and we just have a good time. It's a beautiful city.
Yeah, it is a beautiful city. Awesome. All right, number one, pool or open water, where do you feel most at home?
That is a fantastic question. In my case, I would almost say both. I was lucky to have my very first coach who kickstarted my career that was with me until Tokyo.
Yeah.
She is a 16-time world record holder in open water swimming.
Wow.
So Vicky Keith is the name. You look her up on Google. Anyway, so I did a lot of open water swimming just for my training growing up. And during COVID, it was like the place that I could train because the pools were closed.
No
So
doubt.
I really enjoy being out in the lake, and it's nice to get outside sometimes because as swimmers we spend a lot of time indoors in the pool.
No doubt, no doubt. Good answer. Shout out to Vicky. Number 2, if you could race against any swimmer in history, who would it be?
Ooh, I mean, I guess as a kid, I wanted to be like Michael Phelps because
That's
I
the first
didn't
name that
know
came to
about the
my mind.
Paralympics yet. I
Right.
thought like I was like, I want to go to the Olympics, but there's a problem.
Yeah.
I have cerebral palsy, and there's like no way I'm going to the Olympics. And then I found out about the Paralympics. So I guess I would try and race Michael Phelps. It wouldn't be much of a race, but maybe we could just like race off of the starting block.
I love it.
See who has the fastest reaction time.
Yeah, so cool. Such a good answer. What's your go-to, if you have one, hype song before a race? Do you listen to music before you go?
I used to, but now
Mm.
I really just enjoy soaking in the atmosphere around the
Mm.
pool. I like chatting to my fellow competitors if they don't have their music on, if they're
Yeah,
just hanging out.
got it.
So, yeah, I'm not much of a pre-race hype music person,
Yeah.
but there's always good music at the pool, and you can just get
Okay.
get
Oh, is
into it.
there?
Yeah, they have a walkout song before every race in swimming. Sometimes we don't might not know the song, but usually it's like common hits that we all know.
Oh,
So
it's like your own,
yeah, you
like,
just
hype
get into it.
song. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, I just embrace that.
Okay, cool, very cool. After training, what would be your, like, go-to snack or meal?
Ugh.
Mm.
It depends
You
on
gotta
if
be
it's a
hungry, no?
morning training or an afternoon training.
Okay,
But I mean, lately I've been having RX bars after training. They're really good protein bars. But
okay.
if I'm gonna have a meal, dumplings. I really
Ooh,
love dumplings.
I like that. Is that, like, a
Mhm.
Quebec thing? Kind of? Is that where you get
No, it's just like a me thing. I
Okay.
I just love
Do
dumplings.
you make them? Do you make them?
No, I
Okay,
have not
okay.
tried to make them. I could, but it's very time consuming.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Favorite Canadian city you've competed in?
Oh, probably, well, Victoria. I've had the
Okay,
opportunity to race there twice,
yeah,
and it's beautiful. I
yeah.
love the mountains. And coming from like growing up in a pancake where there's like one hill. It's really cool to go see the mountains,
It is
and,
beautiful.
yeah, Victoria has also really great food, and food's very important to me.
Me too,
So,
I like
yeah,
that, that
shout
is
out to out there in BC.
Ooh, thank you. Alright, number 6. Do you have any, superstitions or rituals you do before a race?
Not
You don't have
necessarily
to
any
share you
super
don't have to share.
assistance, but I have a ritual where, like, I swing my arms 5 times because 5
Okay.
is my favorite number, so, yeah, that happens before every race.
Why is 5 your favorite number? Why?
Mhm.
Why? Why? Where'd that come
I
from?
don't know.
Oh,
Just,
okay.
I mean, in a pool, there's usually like eight lanes for the final,
Yeah,
and the fastest swimmer goes in lane 4,
okay.
but the second, like the runner up, goes in lane 5,
Okay,
and
you take
so
it.
it's kind of like you have this untapped potential. You don't have the target on your back, but you could like silently maybe just like inch in to take
Dig
the
it.
win. I don't know.
I dig it.
But yeah, 5 has just kinda been a good number for me.
It's the day of my birthday, so I also like 5. That's why I asked. I was like, "Is it just
Fantastic.
random or no?" All right, number 7. If you weren't a swimmer, what sport would you try?
Oh,
I feel like you got into swimming really
rock
early.
climbing. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Paraclimbing. Shout out. It's gonna be in the LA Paralympics.
wait,
So
were you
it's,
at
I
Athlete
mean,
were you at Athlete Can in Vancouver when we watched the
y-
rock climbers and the Paralympians go?
yes.
Insane,
Uh,
insane.
yeah. So cool.
Okay, so that's
And
gonna be in the
it's
Paralympics now?
Yeah, in 3 years, it's like it's new to, the LA Games. It's very exciting.
Outrageous. Okay,
Yeah, so that's
that
one
will
of the,
be
new sports that they picked for the game. So anyways,
cool.
paraclimbing, maybe future sport career idea.
I dig it, I dig it. Okay, number 8, who on your team makes you laugh the most? How big is your team? I
I
mean,
mean, it's changed and evolved over time,
yeah.
but we do have some very funny people. But I mean, I get to train and travel the world with my partner who's also on the national team for swimming. So I
Okay.
guess he does make me laugh quite a lot.
What's his
We
name?
Nicolas Guy Tourbillon.
Oh,
You should interview
that's
him
why you're
at
in
some
Quebec.
point.
I should, I would
Yeah,
love
he's born
to.
and raised in Quebec City. So, I mean, I have a physical impairment. He has visual impairment. So sometimes we get good laughs for like when like I'll trip over something or like walk into a door frame and
Oh,
then he just won't see something or I don't know. We have a good laugh.
I respect that. That's awesome. Number 9. This is actually a good question because I want to know the answer. Paralympic medals or breaking world records? What would you
Mm,
choose? I mean, your coach was what, like a 16-time
yeah.
world record breaker?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just crazy. Um,
But you've already
I
broken
mean,
a world record. So like,
I have one world record. It's
okay.
very, very, very random. I did like an open water relay
Yeah.
when I was 13
Yeah.
with 6 of my other teammates, and our plan was to swim like the whole length of like Lake Ontario
Okay.
in like over 7 days, but our boat broke down.
Okay.
So we only had 24 hours, so we still set a world record because it had never been done before. So there
Whoa.
needs to be a team that will redo it at some point. But so that's like 13-year-old me has a little like open water world record somewhere. But I mean, I wanted at one point to break the world record in 100-meter breaststroke,
Yeah.
but I don't swim breaststroke anymore. We can get into that later, but
Okay.
anywho, I don't know, it's always a dream to win a Paralympic medal too, but
You
I
can
don't
say
know, it's
both. I
fun
would say
to
both.
go fast.
It is fun to go fast. That's awesome. Okay, last question. Oh, this might be hard, but we're getting into it. What's one word that sums up your motivation to keep going?
Mm,
It's hard.
fantastic question. I think for me, it's like it's all about learning
Oh,
and having this continuous open mindset towards learning more. Because, yes, I do have a lot of experience. Yes, I've been swimming forever.
yeah.
Um, but at the same time, I still have so much to learn and so much to improve on. And that's kind of what keeps me motivated. And that's why I'm still around
I
is
like it.
that I still there's still room for improvement and I don't want to stop until I feel like I've done it for like myself,
Okay.
and I've
Yeah.
I've learned the things that I've wanted to learn.
So cool. That's such a different aspect of motivation, and I think that throughout this series we're gonna hear different things. Let's get
Mhm.
into it. Like in the morning, say you don't want to go to training. You maybe you had a bad sleep, but you got to get out of bed. Like what is the internal Abby saying to get out of bed?
I mean, that's fantastic because I'm not a morning person at
Me
all.
neither.
But swimming is such a morning sport. Like
Yeah.
we get in the pool at 6 a.m. in the morning, and especially in Canada in the winter, it's dark outside.
Oh
And
no.
sometimes you go in the pool and it's dark, and you get out of the pool and it might still be dark, or you go back to afternoon training and it's dark when you get home. So that can be very challenging.
Mhm.
And I know for me, it's really not easy, but what gets me out is my teammates.
Okay,
Is that
accountability.
yeah, that accountability, like leaning on each other when you don't necessarily want to be there all the time
Yeah.
is just so important. And a lot of people might say, well, swimming's an individual sport, but it's
Yeah.
so far from the truth because you need your group, you need your teammates to just be there so that you can really just like throw yourself into training and get the best out of yourself as best as possible,
Yeah.
and just embrace it. And it's not always going to be easy, but just being comfortable with that also.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, accountability has a lot to do with it. And I do like that you brought up, like,
Mm,
it is a single sport, but we still have our teammates. And I remember being on the road sometimes just being like, I don't know. I think do you find swimming fun? Like, what's the challenge of it? Like, is that the part you're like, oh, I can't wait to like do better? Is there like a diet, like
mm.
a drive there for you?
I mean, in swimming, for me, it's the technical part of the sport.
Okay.
It's super technical. Like the whole point of swimming is you're trying to move as efficiently as possible through the water,
Yeah.
to go as fast as possible. And the more efficient you can become, the faster you'll be. And it's it's something that's ingrained in us since like you start swimming is like learning how to move your body through water because it's not natural as humans to just
Mhm.
go like throw yourself into we're used to being on land.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me it's just that constant looking for improvement on the technical side.
Okay, and when you're in the water,
Yeah.
is it like are you thinking mostly about technique, or are you thinking goal-orientated speed, or is it all of the above?
A bit of both all
Okay.
the time.
Wow.
Yeah, because we I mean, in our training, it's very, like, pacing, like, time oriented. The clock
Exactly.
is our constant all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, no pun intended, but our coach will, like, give us times and stuff, so we have to like, I have a certain goal in mind, of course, for whether
Okay.
it's sprinting or pacing for a longer race,
Mhm,
and but to be able to do that time, I need to maintain a certain technique, and
mhm.
with my physical impairment, that's even more important
Totally.
because if something is slightly off, like if my legs are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, I'm just dragging them through the pool.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have to work twice as hard for like a mediocre result.
No doubt. So
So,
how does cerebral palsy affect your swimming? Like, what's the technique that you have to go above and
mm.
beyond where Michael Phelps is like, "I can just jump in."
I mean, for me, it's like CP is so interesting because it impacts everybody
Yeah.
differently. Even if we might have the same diagnosis on paper,
Yeah.
it might present like a little differently. So in my case, my arms are my propulsion
Okay.
and the pool, my legs I mean, they're there, but they're not doing much. If
Okay.
you tell me to go kick, you might be there for a while, and I'll
Okay.
get there eventually. Like I can move a little bit, but
Mhm.
it's not very fast. So my arms are like the thing that get me through the water. But you had mentioned a little in the intro that I have dystonia,
Yeah.
and in my case, it impacts my right arm more than anything else in my body. So sometimes I have like 1 1/4 arms that works.
Oh
And
my gosh. Wait, what
and
is
then I get kind of
dystonia? Let's explain dystonia.
yeah, great question. I mean, it's a neurological
Okay.
impairment that and it's connected to my CP. It's like it stems from it.
Okay.
And it causes like involuntary like movements.
Yeah.
So like I'm already spastic as a CP, but this is
Okay.
like a whole new level and it's a lot less consistent.
Okay, wait, why did you get disqualified in Tokyo then?
Yeah, it's because of my legs. They, I have dystonia in my like in all 4 limbs,
Okay.
and my legs are impacted in the way that sometimes I might think that I'm doing something
Yeah.
a certain way, like I might be doing in my head, I'm doing like the frog stroke,
Yeah.
the frog cake for breaststroke,
Yeah.
but in reality, it was more like a like dolphin kick, which is
Oh.
illegal in swimming. Like you can't do dolphin kick with breaststroke. You have to do like the frog kick. You have to open
Yeah.
legs, like close
Right.
slowly. And I wasn't doing that, even though I thought I was. And
Oh, shoot, and
yeah.
this might tell us why you don't do breaststroke anymore.
Yeah, it's because, like, over time, my dystonia has, like it's gotten plateaued a little, but it did cause my legs they're worse than they used to be, like, they're just
Damn.
different now, so
Okay.
I can't really rely on them as much, so that's why I swim freestyle now, that's how I evolved and changed, is because
Okay.
freestyle, I mean, it can just stick my legs together and they can do anything in freestyle, it
Okay.
doesn't there's not as much, like, technical rules around it
Got it.
as in breaststroke.
Did you have to, like,
Yeah.
grieve? Did you have to, like, grieve breaststroke and be like, "Oh, man, I really gotta let that go. That's sad." I mean, breaststroke's a great
Yeah.
stroke.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was the stroke that opened so many doors for me in my career. It's the one that I felt like I could go the furthest.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I won a medal at the World Championships in breaststroke. It was the
Yeah.
event that I was like, maybe I can get a world record in this. And it's very technical as well. So it's super fun, very
Yeah.
challenging, but I enjoyed that kind of technical aspect. It's like dancing. I can't dance, but it was like the closest thing that I could
Oh,
do to feel like that because you got to get a good rhythm.
yeah.
But eventually I got to a point actually that I had been disqualified so many times
Okay.
in major competitions. Like Tokyo was not the first time. It was
Okay.
actually in 2018 we had the Pan Pacific Championships, and that was when I was at like my peak in breaststroke. I was ranked second in the world, and I was like so ready to just see how fast I could go. And I
Yeah.
got DQ'd like twice in the span of 2 days.
Okay.
And it just that was absolutely devastating at that
No
point,
doubt.
and then Tokyo, I felt like I'd been through it before, so
Yeah.
I kinda felt prepared in a
Mhm.
weird way when the result came up, and I was still proud of myself because I had been through worse, and I was in Tokyo, and like, COVID happened and all this stuff,
Yeah.
um, but then into Paris, it had just gotten to a point that I was completely traumatized
No doubt.
with breaststroke. Just thinking about it, just swimming it, would make me dystonic, which made my whole body just do absolutely just really random things, like, I
Okay.
wasn't moving voluntarily anymore,
Oh my gosh.
and, like, I had, like, panics before my race, so that's when it was just my coach and I were just like, "That's enough. You've been
Okay.
through enough." Like, I tried everything. I had, like, a mental performance consultant,
Mhm.
psychologist, we tried different types of, like, psychological treatments to try and move through the trauma, but I think just with my impairment, it was just asking way too much from my
Mhm.
body. Like as athletes, we want to be in control of what we're doing, and I
Yeah.
was completely had no control. So no, it's better now that I can just. I kind of felt liberated,
Okay.
quite honestly, when I was just able to say, like, I've retired breaststroke, I've been
Yeah.
there, done that, and I can work on other things now.
Good for you. I love this. Like, in that whole story, I'm hearing a lot of growth, and a
Mhm,
lot of, like, yeah, exactly, maybe, like, putting that away, putting that behind us, moving forward, moving on, and that's also where you get motivation, you get to try something else. So, like, 3 Paralympics is a lot. Like,
I mean,
that
you would know.
I know. I know. I like, people are like, 4, I'm like, "Yeah, 4," like, I don't
Mhm,
recommend it. I don't recommend it. But, like, if you still have that passion and that drive and, like, for you, I don't wanna put words in your mouth, but, like, if you
mhm,
were to go for 4, are you still training for 4? Like, where does that motivation come from in the sense of, like, you're doing different strokes now. So, like, is
mhm,
breaststroke a thing of the past and now you're moving to the future and what's next kinda thing?
mhm. It's kinda it's the interesting thing about swimming is, like, we have 4 strokes, so, a lot of athletes, they evolve
Yeah.
differently throughout their career, and they might start with like butterflies or breaststroke, and then they'll end their career as being like a backstroker. Some people never change and they always are just really good at one or two strokes, and
Okay.
then others, like, they're all over the place, and I'm definitely in the all over the place category. Like, I was a backstroker and then freestyle, I am like, I did all the things. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm coming back to freestyle. Um, I mean, would it be good enough for another Paralympics? That I don't know, actually.
Okay.
So that is an interesting thing that I have to work on, like, mentally,
Mhm.
is resetting, like, how I look at my results and how uh, I put or I see my expectations
Mhm.
within the sport and within like competitions,
Mhm.
because my reality is not the same as it used to be,
Yeah.
and I'm still competing in the same category,
Yeah.
as an S8 classification is
Yeah.
really good. But I like my body is not as it's different than it used to be, and it's definitely a bigger challenge to manage. Um, but I still have to kind of race at the same speed with
Yeah.
the same level, and that's like the challenging little tidbit. But that's kind of what keeps me going, is that I'm trying to actually like beat my 15-year-old self. I'm now 24 and going
Yeah.
on 25. And
Yeah.
some of my best times are like from Rio.
Yeah.
And so I would love to just be able to end my career by saying, like, I beat my 15-year-old self without dystonia, uh, when like, had more consistency and didn't have the challenges that I have today.
Dude, that's
Yeah.
deep, and that's a lot. Like, I can't, like, me thinking about what would be going in, like, on in your brain, like, especially in the pool to try and fulfill that goal is
Mhm.
so much hard work. But
Yeah.
you are, like, here for it. And would you say, like, having a goal like that would also be, like, is that, like, the main motivator right now?
It's the long-term motivator, I'd
Along
say,
yeah.
like, in the
Yeah.
next 2 years, but on the daily, I think I would just drain myself because in the same way you can kinda take it, like, for me, I would take it too seriously and be like, "Ugh," like,
Yeah.
"My times are not as good as they were," or, like, because I remember the same times that I swam in practice when I
Yeah.
was, like, 14 and
Yeah.
15 in preparation for Rio, so like, I can't make those comparisons.
Yeah.
So it's about just accepting the present Abby and and just working with the body that I got now, and seeing what it can do and just accepting it
Yeah.
and working on that mental, part is
Yeah.
super important
Mhm.
to
I
stay
love that.
consistent.
I love that. I mean, you
Yeah.
just said so many golden nuggets there. W I guess I didn't think about, like, breaking it down from, like, short-term motivational goals to, like, long-term
Mm.
motivational goals. Because I guess as an athlete, I've always just had these long-term goals, and then even when I had my concussion, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I need a short-term goal, like, get out of bed, like, step 1."
Yeah.
And so I again, I go revert back to, like, winning those small goals, and
Mm,
I guess the motivation behind a lot of those things for me back then were sport. I wanted sport in my life after an injury, and
yeah.
so what would be your, like, short-term motivate do you like going to the gym?
Depends.
Yeah.
We often we go to the gym, like, after pool training,
Oh,
so
oh,
you're dead,
no
and then you go and you get even more tired, and, at this point, like, my nervous system can't handle that
Mm,
anymore, so I have to figure out other ways to go to the gym. Anyway, so I try and break it up now, give myself some rest,
yeah,
refuel,
yeah,
like, have something to eat, break it up.
mhm, yeah,
And then, yeah, it's the gym is fun because you can do different things, and I love games. Like, I
okay,
love just doing, like, I don't know, throwing a med ball around or, like, trying to learn to juggle,
yeah,
because we work on coordination stuff, so, yeah, I often ask my gym coach, like, "Can you make my gym into, like, a bunch of different games that I feel like I'm playing games instead
oh
of
my
just
gosh,
trying to perform all the time or trying to always, like, max effort or whatever it might be, and so I have way more fun when I can just kinda be a goofy kid in the
yeah,
gym,
yeah,
but I feel better, and it
and
it makes me happy.
would you say that, like, you go with your teammates to the gym?
Y Yeah.
So, again, we go back to that
Yes,
accountability, you're all
we
going
stick
together?
together.
No
Yeah, we
doubt, no
stick
doubt.
together.
Is there anyone on the team other than your partner that,
Mm.
like, inspires you to push more, push harder?
I mean, I think I train with a bunch of, like, I don't know. They're like pre-university for the rest of Canada. They're in CEGEP.
Yeah.
So that's like 17,
Mhm.
18-year-olds.
Oh, they are
And
young and sprightly.
yeah, they are. And they love swimming and they have different goals. Like for me, I mean, it's been like the national team for such a long time, and sometimes you can kind of get lost in like
Mhm.
in your perspective and where you want to go. But for them, like they're wanting to like work towards trials or
Yeah.
work towards nationals or whatever that might be. And they show up and they push themselves, especially
Mm.
the boys, like
Mhm.
17-year-old guys, they always have some sort of like, you gotta they're trying to beat each other all the time, but
Really?
they have so much fun doing it.
Yeah.
And so that's for me is great to be around
Yeah.
because they just have like this really great energy. And it like, I mean, it goes everywhere when you
Yeah.
just soak it in.
Isn't that so nice? It sounds like you have an amazing group of people, to
But how
train
is it
with.
in snowboard?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
no.
yeah.
We when we were on the road, we kinda became like a family, but almost in
Mm,
a way that, like, if something, like, I don't know, like, the negativity can get in there kinda easily.
mm,
So, like, to try
mhm.
and stay positive and happy throughout it, because like, we would all be, like, on the road rooming to get like, be in a house
Yeah,
together, and so it's
yeah.
kinda trying to keep that morale up, but also it is a single person sport, so you're trying to, like, not be upset that someone else won, or like, you know what I mean? It
Mhm.
comes with its challenges, but it also comes very, very much with the accountability and then also pushing each other to do better. So I would like
Mm.
hang out with the guys and be like, "Let's try this trick in the half pipe together. Let's do this together." Like, and
Yeah.
like obviously if a girl's doing a trick that a guy wants to do, the guys are going to be like, "Yeah, we're going to do I'm going to do it." So
Yeah.
it was such great camaraderie that that is one thing I miss so much, is that,
Mm,
like, family
yes.
that you have, but I mean, now I'm with my family
Yeah.
in Whistler. It's fine.
And you trade it out, the sports family for your real family, and, like, the family that I feel like we don't always get to see, or that they've
Like,
kind of
never?
they've always been there supporting, but they haven't been able to be there for every step of the way in the sense that they're
Exactly.
not on the road with you,
Yeah.
but when you can come back to them, that's really cool.
It is, it's a beautiful thing. It's a challenging thing, but it's also beautiful. Well,
Mm,
I thank you so much. I feel like I have so many notes about what I wanna, like, just kinda put into what we've learned about what motivates you, because, I mean, it's just I think this is just such a cool conversation. My takeaways, and then you hit me up if I've missed anything,
mhm,
is, um, accountability with teammates. That's, like, super, super fulfilling and important, and that will help motivate you. And then what you just talked about, the teammates kinda, like, pushing each other to your limits. I think that is something else in its own entity. And also the ability to evolve, and grow in your sport. So, it's not a bad thing that that breaststroke isn't part of your life anymore, because now you have new goals and new challenges to achieve in these other potential ones. Do you do, butterfly? Because that I can't even do butterfly. Like, that's the hardest freaking thing.
yeah, I used to, like, pre-dystonia, it was my I loved it. It was
No.
my favorite stroke, and sometimes I would just ask my coach, like, instead of doing the set today, can I just swim butterfly for an hour?" Like, I was a little
An
crazy, but
hour. Oh,
yeah, no, I don't do that anymore.
okay, okay.
But it's a fun stroke.
Wild, so wild. I really also wanna touch on the long-term motivators and goals.
Mm,
I'm wondering if we can even, like, be like, motivation and goals are kinda, like, on the same level. And then the short-term ones, but also listening to your body. I took that as a takeaway as
mm,
well, like, knowing when it's okay to stop and take a break before you go to the gym so that you can fuel yourself for more. And I really, really wished I had thought of what you did in the gym by making things a game. So changing the
mm.
perspective, changing the way you think about going to the gym so that you're making it fun and that you enjoy it and it's not like a huge grind. Oh, I loved that. Did I miss anything?
I think you captured it. You, like, put it in a book and made it very well.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
I mean, just thank you for doing this. Such a great idea, and I really can't wait to watch the next episodes
Yeah.
with more Canadian athletes and get their perspectives because I feel like there's so much, like, motivation we can tap into.
No doubt. Well, thank you so much for dropping in today. Abby, where can people find you online if they want to follow all of your escapades?
Well, I'm pretty quiet online, but I do have an Instagram,
Okay.
Abby, ABI dot Tripp with two P's, on Insta, and that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Thank you again so much for dropping in.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for dropping in today. You can find everything you want to know about Dropping In with Mercedes at droppinginwithmercedes.com. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Thanks DJ Kenosis for the music and my mom for the intro voice.